Well, it's a Subaru, so if you know, you know. Alright everybody, so today I figured I'd bring you a quick video. We're pulling out the Leakdown tester. My Subaru daily driver Outback is having a few issues, so I figured I'd bring you guys along and show you kind of down and dirty how to do a leak down test on your Subaru or any car really, to help determine a couple things. What I'm looking for specifically today is if I have a blown head gasket. So we're pulling out the leak down tester, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'll show you guys what we're going to start with, and I'll kind of run you through how to do a leak down test. So here's the damage so far. I've replaced the radiator because it was leaking. I replaced the thermostat because I thought it was bad, and now we're still having problems. If you guys saw my joking short, I did put head gasket stop leak in this, which was just a joke. I knew I was going to have to probably do head gaskets on this anyway, so I just, I don't know, I just threw it in there just for content. But pretty much what we got to do, all I'm going to start with is I'm going to take the battery out, take the air box out, take all the spark plugs out, and get the leak down tester ready. So let's go ahead and get that done, and I'll show you guys how to set up the leak down tester and how to actually do the test. Okay, I'll try and make this quick because the air compressor is building pressure. Here's the leak down tester. Pretty simple and straightforward. You hook up shop air to this side. This is your little adapter that goes into your spark plug hole. So I'm going to get this fed into the spark plug hole. I'm going to attach this side of the leak down tester to this little adapter. Then we will hook up shop air, and I'll show you guys what to do next. Okay, so the adapter is in there. It is just basically hand tight, nothing too crazy. It's hooked up to the leak down tester. I've got a breaker bar or a ratchet on my crank pulley. For the Subaru, it's a 22 mil. So I'm just going to turn this thing over until the piston reaches top dead center, and we should be able to watch the leak down hopefully go down to 0 or wherever the leak down is. Sorry. It's turning over pretty easily, so that's not really a good sign. Normally it should hold up a lot of resistance if you're not having any leak down. Let me see if I need to adjust this thing, and if not, then that means we have a pretty bad leak from at least cylinder 1. Okay, so to set this thing up, you do need to pull your regulator here. I'm probably not going to get it off with one hand, but you need to twist this until your air pressure here matches your set mark, or about 0 leak down here. So once you have that set, you'll be able to test your cylinder. I'm not sure if this one works so well, because when I pull the cylinder to top dead center, it goes negative or below 0. So I'm going to try again with another tester, but basically this is how to do it. You want your cylinder at top dead center with a breaker bar on the crank, and you should be able to read ideally 0 leak down. If you have more leak down, obviously it will indicate a problem, and you can kind of diagnose from there. And I can explain to you guys what some symptoms of higher leak down might be. But as far as using the leak down tester, that's pretty much how to use this thing. I'm going to go run to the store, grab a better tester, and we're going to try this again. Okay boys, so we got a different cylinder leakage tester here. This one is a little bit different, setup. This one, we just set it to about 50 psi of pressure coming in. And for this one, instead of having a percentage of leak down, it's got just a secondary pressure gauge. So you're going to have to do a little bit of math if you want to find your percentages. But basically, we have the cylinder at bottom dead center right now. We have it in cylinder 2. So we're going to turn it over, hold it tight. And we've got about 45 psi compared to 50 coming in. So if you want to do that math, I don't know, that's like 5% leakage or 10% leakage or something like that. But that's basically how that works. Like I said, it's a little bit different style, not quite as easy as the other one. I apologize for the air compressor going off, but that cylinder is holding pressure. So let me reset it up for cylinder 4, and I will show you what a cylinder looks like that is not holding pressure and is having bad leak down. Pretty sure I found a bad head gasket in this situation, but let me show you guys. All right, here it is hooked up to cylinder 4. We've got just the same, about 50 PSI coming in, and this is the cylinder with the bad leak down. So as you can see, I'm turning it over, really not getting any resistance until right about there, and we come over here and it's only getting, even with as hard as I can hold it, still less than 30 PSI. So leak down is pretty bad on cylinder 4, and I'm pretty sure that's indicating for us a failed head gasket. One thing you can do is you can hold it in that position, and if your air compressor, unlike mine, would ever shut up, you can open your fill tube for your oil, and you can just put your ear up to it and listen for air escaping. If you hear air escaping through your fill tube, it means your piston rings are bad and air is getting past your piston rings into your crankcase. Also, like I said, if your air compressor would ever shut up, you can go to the back of the car and listen for air seeping out of your exhaust, or put like a dollar bill or something like that, a piece of paper, and see if it flaps at your exhaust. And in that case, your exhaust valves are stuck open or bent or something like that, allowing air past your exhaust valves. Similarly, if you come to your intake, your air intake, and you're hearing air come out of your intake, that indicates that your intake valves are bent or stuck open or cracked or something, and air is getting past your intake valves coming out of your air intake. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Just figured I'd make a really quick, short, simple, easy one on how to set up and use the cylinder leak down tester, what it can be used for, how you can diagnose certain things with it, and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I found a bad head gasket in this Subaru Outback using that cylinder leak down tester. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this video helped you guys out, helped you to learn something. If it did, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.